Live at Daybreak, this is 13 News Now.
The time has finally come.
This is by far the most important vote that you've ever cast.
Are you ready to go to the polls?
Who will be your next president?
We're going to win back the White House.
We will win this election.
This is Election Day on 13 News Now, Daybreak.
And thank you for spending your election morning 2016 with us, 13 News Now on Daybreak. I'm Lucy Bustamante.
And I'm Andre Sr. Just know if you're heading out to vote, we're getting reports of long lines in many parts of Hampton Roads. So just be careful, use some patience, get there early if you need to get to work after voting today. We want to toss things now to meteorologist Tim Pandages with your forecast. And it is chilly if you're heading out there.
It is cold out there, guys. We're in the
HRBT coming up next.
All right, Ashley, thank you so much. 6:32 is your time now. And after a long and contentious race for the White House, Americans pick their next leader today.
Polls are now open in Hampton Roads and in North Carolina just 2 minutes ago in North Carolina. So voters are not just deciding the next president. In Virginia Beach, they will decide the future of light rail in their city.
And North Carolina voters will decide if Governor Pat McCrory will stay in the governor's mansion. Elise Brown has been covering the story all morning long for us.
That's right. She's actually live outside of Pembroke Elementary School in Virginia Beach. How are the lines looking right now, Elise?
Hey, Lucy, when the polling place first opened this morning, the lines were just wrapped around this parking lot. Now those lines have quickly diminished. Most people waiting inside. It's actually a pretty quick process. People tell me voters getting ready to cast their ballot, deciding who will be the next president, Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton. We spoke with an official at the Watson Center for Public Policy on who each candidate needs to cast their ballots today in the Commonwealth.
If women show up at the rates that they showed up in 2012, it'll be very hard, at least on our current polling models, for Trump to pull off a victory. So for Trump, he really does need men to turn out to vote, and particularly men from the South-Southwest region, men who are non-college educated.
Again, if you do plan on coming out here and voting, polls are open right now and will be open until 7 o'clock tonight. Live in Virginia Beach, Elise Brown, 13 News Now.
All right, Elise, thank you for that. We are constantly updating 13newsnow.com and our mobile app throughout the day. If you have yet to put it on your phone, today is a great day to download it so you could stay up to date with the election results. It is free on the App Store and on Google Play.
And up for a vote today, a referendum that would influence whether light rail is extended to Virginia Beach Town Center. Now, if you're heading to the polls this morning to vote, here is what you need to know. Let's start with the language on the ballot. It will read, quote, should City Council of Virginia Beach spend local funds to extend light rail from Norfolk to Town Center in Virginia Beach? You'll vote yes or no.
We want to remain economically competitive with the rest of the country.
It's expensive, lack of use, no need, no value.
The state is throwing in $155 million for the $243 million project. $157.6 million goes to the builder designer, $27.7 million goes to professional services, $24.8 to right-of-way acquisitions, $21 million to the railroad, and $12 million to relocate major utilities. Supporters say money well spent.
These cities that are bringing in light rail, they're taking our workers.
But opponents say subsidizing the tide isn't good for taxpayers. What about, we subsidize roads, the government subsidizes roads. We help with that. What would you say to that?
I say subsidies are fine, but they're not that expensive.
But we subsidize the roads. We pay $48 billion a year to maintain our highways.
Remember, even though the language on the ballot asks if voters should spend money to expand the tide, City Council makes the final decision. Your vote lets them know how interested you are in proceeding with that project.
And then in North Carolina, voters will decide if Governor Pat McCrory will get a second term. He is facing a challenger in Roy Cooper. Both made a final push for votes in Charlotte last night. Much of the campaign has centered around House Bill 2, the so-called bathroom bill. Cooper doubled down on his message that bill is just just bad for business. But McCrory says that the left created the transgender bathroom issue to begin with. Polls show Cooper in the lead, though, 50 to 47%. Not by much. That is well within the margin of error. We'll see what happens there, Andre.
Well, it is the question many people have been asking themselves. Do I need an ID when I go to the polls? Well, it depends on where you are, and we start with North Carolina. The answer to that question is no, you do not need a photo ID when you head to the polls this morning. I'll tell you why. Just this summer, the Supreme Court struck down North Carolina's voter ID law. And by the way, polls in the Tar Heel State, they just opened here about 6 minutes ago, and they close at 7:30 tonight. Let's move on now to Virginia. And the same question here. Do you need a photo ID when you head to the polls? And the answer in the Commonwealth is yes, you do need one. A quick background here. You can cast your ballot today with your photo ID when you head to the polls. They opened about 36 minutes ago, and they close at 7 p.m. tonight.
All right, thanks so much, Andre. And then also, new video just got into our newsroom from Richmond. It shows Virginia Senator and Democratic Vice Presidential candidate Tim Kaine voting in his hometown. His wife, Ann, joined him for that. After casting his ballot, Kaine told reporters it was very nice to walk into the same precinct where he has been voting for some 20 years now and see so many familiar faces.
None of us want to wake up on Wednesday morning and wish we had done more.
The campaigning comes to an end, but not before cross-country blitz from both candidates.
Today, you have the power to change Virginia's Constitution. What you need to know about 2 questions on the ballot and how they affect you. It's your voice, your vote.